Where are we? Hey, we are live here on Trekland, and I've got Barry with me.
Hi.
Guess where we are? Of course, we're in San Diego, but we're here at the, can we see it? There's the factory, the Factory Entertainment. So Barry, you're the creative director?
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah. I won't, let me get back to this so you're there.
Look at that, we got a perfect bit of branding right
There we go, right there. Well, that's the banner. What we got here are what do we start? The beauty ships here?
Yeah, let's start.
What's the story with these?
So what we're trying to do here, we're bringing out a line called FE Masterworks, and these are studio scale models, large, highly detailed models, and what we're giving you the chance to buy is what a studio buys. When Paramount buys a model for filming, which they did back in the day, and they still buy models, but they don't use them for filming. These are made in the USA by model makers who were formerly employed by ILM and various other people. So you're getting real heritage pieces here. They're large, they're impressive, and
let me just pull back a minute here, and we'll just take the scope of the space. So we got the Excelsior here, the D back there, and right here.
Right here is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's Refit Enterprise. People are looking the shuttle bay right there.
Oh. Can we see?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Can I, I don't think I can zoom backwards. Nope. It's due.
It's probably going to play havoc with it.
Yeah.
So that's what you're getting. You're getting this large studio scale ship, but you're also getting that heritage. You're getting something that has a direct lineage back. The Enterprise D, the guy who made that particular model, is also the guy who made the models for Paramount when they used one in season 1 of Picard, when we saw Picard's archive.
And who are we talking about? Are we talking about?
Mr. John Evelyn.
Okay.
Many people know his IMDb profile speaks for itself.
Yes.
You know, he's sadly ship model making for movies is dying, if not some people would say dead art. And he's one of the few guys still around doing it, and we want to celebrate it. We want to give people a chance to have these things, because there will be a day when there isn't anymore.
So what's this now? So Factory Entertainment also has, I mean, you've got a whole price
see it from here, but you
range.
bridge.
So the ships are the higher end, but are they custom, or is it by commission, or
essentially yes, you're commissioning a ship. They are by custom. Yes, they are the high range. We're not going to split hairs on that one.
Yeah.
The
And if you look at the back here through the shuttle, you can see all the way in through engineering.
It's a lot of money.
So but they're built per order.
Built per order, and with a degree of customization that, when you pay that kind of money, you get to make certain choices. They're aimed at people. They're aimed at a specific customer. I'm never going to be able to afford one. You're not going to be able to afford one. But there are people who can.
Right.
These are the guys who walk into fancy car showrooms and throw down money because they love the ships, and they are the pinnacle. You're getting the best.
They need some. Decoration for their corporate or their lawyer offices.
Yes.
And they need the reductions for their office decorations.
Yes. But at the end of the day, they're just like us. They love
they're big
brands, and they want to show it by having the ultimate thing that can be a real centerpiece to a collection. So this is a centerpiece.
So Factory, tell me the history. How long you all have been in business and with Star Trek?
So we started in 2011, and we are formed from the ashes of several other companies. This business is terribly incestuous, as we know, round and round like a merry-go-round. We were all former employees of Master Replicas, a company that many people know. The original Master Replicas, not the 15 different versions that have cropped up ever since.
Right.
We're talking back in 2007, and that company sadly exploded.
And you're the good. Everybody is the good bones.
Yeah, I guess you learn more from your mistakes than your successes, and boy, oh boy, did I learn some things. But I'm a fan. I've been a fan for many, many years, and we've sat quietly waiting on the sidelines. We've been working our way slowly into more Trek. We started with some novelty items, and we started with our first prop replica, which was the Resican flute. And we're
that's
our
right.
way up, and we're going through.
It all started with the Resican flute.
That was our audition piece. Paramount said to us, you think you can do this? Prove it. And that was the audition piece.
Yeah.
And they're a fantastic partner to work with. It's great to play in the Star Trek sandbox. I do. The 10-year-old in me has to kind of punch himself every day because you're making Star Trek stuff, and it's a job.
Well, see, we were talking about the shuttle. Now I'm looking at the observation, or the officers' lounge back there.
The atrium as well. That's my personal favorite.
Oh, right.
And that's a detail that you don't get on the original.
Did you all know the atrium was always here? Yes. Down there, that was always. You get that flyby shot in the motion picture where you see it lit up. Yeah. But the officers' lounge there. Oh, is this open topped?
Yeah.
Can I do this?
You can go in, yeah.
Let's do a swoop down. Here we go, gang.
There's a flyby.
Yeah, there flyby approach to the officer. Anyway, I won't try anymore. With my luck, I dropped camera and smashed something. Shields would not have been up at the time.
Shields were up, so we're okay.
Okay, so here's the Excelsior again. Talk about a flyby.
Yeah, she's a big ship.
There we go, and we love her. Yep, that is the line. Make sure I'm still on camera. There we go. There's your classic.
Yeah.
And then we weren't seeing much of the D, but it's the one that's got everybody down here.
This is my personal favorite.
Everybody's
doesn't get the love that it perhaps deserves, but suddenly back in season 3 of Picard, suddenly everybody loves her again.
Yeah, I mean it's hard for me to say that. Oh yeah. Oh, and someone had told me on this one, right? The shuttle bay is.
Bridge with shuttles. You're gonna need the Go-Go Gadget arms for that shot.
There we go. And I'm doing live without a monitor, but we're gonna hope
we're winging
that's...
it. We're hoofing it.
Now, these are the high-end pieces. I know you've got some other very cool things on the other end.
Walk this way.
Let's walk this way and see what's here. Okay. I mean, a lot of franchises, obviously.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is.
We love them all.
Right.
Star Trek is personal.
But we don't care about the no. So there's those pieces, but let's go to
replicas here. The Khan necklace is a first for Comic-Con. No one's seen that before.
this is a new for the Khan
that was
here?
fun. Trying to replicate a bunch of old electrical broken pieces and spare parts.
Right.
And make it look...
Recreate some prop guy's junk.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pile. So the next gen Dustbuster.
That needs to be on a t-shirt though, by the way. Some prop guy's junk.
Trademark, Dr. Trek. Okay. But here we go. And hey gang, there's, Hall H is quiet, but it definitely did not shut down Comic-Con. Just saying. But we're going to jump in here with Barry again and see what we can jump into.
Here we have some of our prototype pieces.
Ooh,
so these are...
The glass is open.
Yeah, the glass is open. Here we are for a behind the scenes. Now these are prototypes, guys, and we're showing them here because we want to show them off. We want most of the time we can't keep them to ourselves. We're so excited we want to bring them out. But also we want to know which pieces are your favourite. I mean, the hardest thing on Trek is picking. What do you do next? I mean, the universe is so broad and so wide. So we want to do everything, but you can't do everything all at once because we're a small company. I mean, there's me and one other guy doing this. It's not a big...
And the last thing you want to do is get overextended.
Extended, yes, exactly. So we're working our way slowly through phases. We've been doing the TNG phase, we've done the Cricket, we've done the Dustbuster, and the next obvious choice in that one is the Cobra. So here we have Cobra, and again, prototype. The final piece will be metal. Yep. So this is just resin.
Oh, it is?
Resin cast.
Okay.
So full metal body, but we add in the features. And here's a kind of a I don't know, what do you call it? Curse. Most props, if you've ever seen a real prop, you wouldn't want to replicate it because they're mostly made for a production quickly and under incredible time. Most of the time the poor prop guys are told, I need this and I need it yesterday, and the budget is 20 cents. Make it happen, and they make magic, and it works great on screen. When you look at it close up in person, not so much. Particularly in TNG, I mean, labels and things were just inkjet printed and stuck on and glued on. It looked great on
Even
screen.
when it was the hero prop, not just the stunt guy,
Even
the rubber.
Heroes,
Yeah,
I mean, they don't, for example, heroes don't have to have self-contained batteries. They don't have to be a consumer product that someone can use over and over and over again without it falling to pieces. So we have a job to do that requires some modification. It's a mixture between archaeological work and engineering work. So we get guys who say, oh, you did it wrong, it's not right, it doesn't match. And it's like, well, yeah, maybe. There's always a reason for it. We're not doing it because we're part of some nefarious plot to ruin the canon or just say, we're not going to do this wrong because we know it will annoy everybody on the internet. There's always a reason, and so, for that, I apologize, Mia Culpa, it's my fault. If it's wrong, it's my fault. But there's always a reason why it's wrong.
I have a hashtag called, one of my hashtags is texture not trivia, which means that if something's off, there's a reason for it. And it prevents that universe from being just like plastic poured out of a mold. In everyday life we have individual differences and everything.
So we're making prop replicas, but what we're also making, we want to build in this fantasy that these are items that maybe could have been issued by Star Wars, and they would look like that. So with further ado, let's play with it.
Okay.
So you turn it on. And
So
remember,
this is our Cobra. This is season 3.
Well, this is a Cobra that represents the Cobra as a homogenized piece for all the seasons.
All right.
It doesn't represent one particular Cobra.
Okay.
So it has elements of all
This is
of
the
them.
best of all worlds.
Yeah, because, you know, there maybe is a very small subset of people who want a very specific one, but the average person just wants a Cobra, a dustpan, a cricket. And when we've done all those, trust me guys, we'll go back and do the obscure, strange ones if there is demand. But this pays my mortgage, this feeds my kids, and if I make 1,000 of these and I only sell 100, I'm not going to be here next year.
No more mortgage, no more kids.
No more, I'll sell them if you want them. Yeah. So we turn them on. So we have electronic features. This is another thing that wasn't really present on the props. You know, the Heroes did have fundamental, basic electronic features, but they didn't work like this in all cases. So this is not fully diffused yet. So on this iPhone camera, it's probably appearing very, very bright, and everyone's going to be going, "Oh, it's too bright."
It's not bad.
Leave it with me. No, it'll be better. Trust me, in production, it'll be better. Then we have adjustment of power levels here, and we have 18 different power levels on this one. We have different settings. So when we're in sun mode, we get single shot fire, and when we go into the higher modes, we can do single shot. We can also do the beam cutting continuous fire.
I'm just watching your finger on top also.
Different sounds. And then a fun one for this one, one of my favourite episodes is Ensigns of Command. And in that one, we get to see the workings of a Cobra.
Like that's the only time we ever saw it close
and we get to see Data taking a chip out to modify it so it'll work. But we also see Worf having to disable an overloading phaser. And we have one of the great bloopers that I love. He comes out of the turbo lift and he's holding it like this, and you can see the door is down because all we've seen him do, he runs into the turbo lift and he diffuses it, but we don't see what he's doing. So this one we can now create when we put it into overload. It's overloading, and we decide we don't want to blow ourselves up, so we push the button and it cancels the overload.
Oh, do that again.
Here we go.
It may have been slightly out of frame.
Yeah, I saw some videos of it earlier. That's pretty cool.
And this is another point. You know,
Just like Worf.
We've added in real-world tech in here. In the original prop, this was just done with Lumitape and pieces. There were a few three-dimensional pieces, but it was quite fragile. And again, it was done for one scene where we kind of saw it like that. You just saw the edge, and you saw that Data was doing something inside, but there was no necessity for
there were no guts, real
you
guts.
can sit and play with. These aren't functional; they don't do anything. You can see I'm moving my finger around. All the actual guts are enclosed up here. So that gives us the Cobra, and again, it will be fully metal. The paint will be different. We will have the little labels here, which is a point of contention among some people, but I like them, so they're staying. Next TNG thing is the tricorder, and here it is, medical tricorder. The color is not correct here, and this is not final material, it's 3D printed.
It's a medical, that means
yeah,
the wand
we've got a scanner in the top.
Yeah, scanner in the top.
Here's the size, and I have pretty big hands, guys, but we've already heard some things about this being small.
It's
not
I'm here
here.
live. That is not small. This is for real. Yeah.
And I've got big hands. But the nice thing about this one is
we're getting live reaction right here. Who doesn't melt down when you see nuts?
And wait, there's more. We never had a real screen on the props because the technology didn't exist. They were stickers. We now have a fully operating LED screen, and we can change the screen images with the Geo-Map buttons, and we get specifically designed LCARS graphics that
Can you stick an Apple Watch in there and like
No,
make that the
you
monitor?
cannot, unfortunately. Trust me, I did think about that, but it was harder than you think. Licensing restrictions.
The legal, not the tech.
Yes.
Yeah, the tech was nothing.
A couple of other things we modified. You know, I've already heard some people saying, "Oh, the hinge isn't screen accurate." That's because we need this to work. This will be metal, fully metal. It will be heavy. I mean, you can hold that. It's already pretty heavy. Now imagine what that's going to be like in actual metal. So a fragile hinge is not going to work, because what's going to happen is you're going to buy it and you're going to open it 3 or 4 times and the damn thing's going to come off in your hand.
Right.
That's not going to happen here. We've engineered a hinge that is a hybrid of what you see on screen with what some of the props had for strength and durability, and means you can do this with it over and over again, and you get the nice proper ratchet.
Are you going to try to have the spring?
It is.
No, okay. I mean, the clip and it would go.
No, we haven't got the clip.
Okay.
You've got the noise
I
there
could see.
instead.
very good.
We haven't got the
I can
gun
see where that
barrel
would be
lock.
really fragile,
Yes.
and I think they were always breaking on set.
They were.
Also, yeah.
There's a great one of the episodes you see. Gates McFadden is very professionally dealing with a stuck tricorder, and you can see that she can't get the latch, and she does it without any bluffing. She just carries on delivering her lines, and you can see that. And then finally she gets it open, and true professionalism at work, folks. Working with props. Never worked with animals, children, or props.
Now, so did you guys have good references when you were
Hand
researching?
scanner too,
Oh yes.
with operating features.
Please. Yep. I think I'm still alive. It's day 3 of Comic-Con.
It says here, yeah, you're okay.
Okay.
Borderline.
Okay. Now you said you had reference, personal reference, company reference. Did you have any like good sources?
We do, yeah. We try to look at all the sources of reference. Our primary reference source is always Paramount and their archive, and the fine folks at Paramount have a fantastic archive. I don't know whether people know this, but many other people do not. They do not keep a resource. They can't tell you what they have. They can't give you information. Paramount will give you so much. It's a constant joy to have the access to this information. And in some cases, they have real props. And again, we come back to, they may have 2 real props that look completely different. Some of the original props, in fact, most of them were vac formed plastic, which is, if you know what that is, it's not much stronger than, say, a soda cup in a fast food restaurant. But it looks great, but you wouldn't want a vacuum replica. It wouldn't feel great, it wouldn't have any heft, it would feel fragile thing. So we look at those, we 3D scan them, we measure them, we look at some fans who've got pieces. We are very lucky to have a few friendly collectors who will show us a few pictures, and we pull all of that
resource together, and then we try to homogenize that into something. So this is the end result.
Well, Barry, you were telling me that there were like some of the printed like reference books and things that you were using.
Yes, we have used your good reference book on many occasions. Because sometimes, and this is, we'll talk about this now, canon, which, you know, for the uninitiated is the law. If it's canon, it's Star Trek. So with the Strange New Worlds phaser,
a Strange.
Here's a brand new one that we're working on, and this is a totally different issue because nowadays props are built. So the 3D files, this is directly from the 3D files from the studio. This is exactly the same. Now this is a 3D printed prototype. It is not metal, so this finish is not correct because this should all be brushed aluminum with a very specific anodized blue finish. I have a paint chip from the original manufacturer of the prop that we will match, but the prop didn't do anything. It just had very basic functions, very basic features, and this on the prop was a battery cover, because at no point yet in season 1 or 2 have we needed a P1. We know in Star Trek lore we must have.
Well, that would be
a
7
P1.
years later. We know that's it.
Well,
so, and that's their plan.
So
look at
we
this.
now have a P1 that has been fully designed and engineered in collaboration with the production team. So this is now canon. We also have, when we see it on the show, we don't hear many of the sounds. They have provided us the correct and proper audio from the show that operates exactly the way it does on the show. That's added, the sound technician for the show provided this, and there are certain sounds in here that we have not yet seen in the show, so he created them for us. So
and then they will use them. So it came like licensing first,
canon, yes.
audio canon later.
So now we have a stun and a kill, and an overload setting with a wheel.
You fool! Don't put it on
no,
overload.
We're not going to put it on overload. We won't.
Never put it on overload.
Again, this will be machined aluminum here. This will be metal. These will be stainless steel, and this will be ABS plastic, just like the original prop. And unlike many people, this doesn't have, unfortunately, the only bit that changes from canon is this bit is not removable. It's solid. There's no battery pack in here.
Oh, okay.
This is not how it is in the prop. People assumed that maybe this unscrewed. No, it doesn't.
Right.
This is it.
Well,
so it's great to get to play in that canonical universe. It's weird, I have to pinch myself that we're sort of helping and production are helping us, and who knows, future what
No, it's like our star charts from Mike Okuda and Jeff Mandel, and I've been the latest caretaker, and it's got the point now where they use the star charts on the charts, and it's been a big collaborative.
And it's collaborative, but it's also personal. We'll come on to one of my favorites. I worked on this at Master Replicas, and it was a great piece, but it was at the end of the company when it was kind of in a death spiral, and we were running out of money and we couldn't develop things, and so I always wanted to go back and do it again. And one of the things that bugged me was the mechanism on here. We're told, William Shatner's repeatedly said many times that this was supposed to be a more aggressive looking weapon. It was meant to look like an automatic pistol. And on a gun, on the previous replicas, you would push this button and the cowl would pop open.
that isn't how guns work. What happens with guns, you open them manually, you load them, you do your things, and then you push the button and they close by themselves. So I have reversed that. That's a personal choice that I've made because I think it fits better with a real world firearm, and we are told repeatedly that it's meant to look and act like a real world firearm. But the real prop didn't do anything. It just slid backwards and forwards. So this is one of those areas where, yeah, you may disagree with me, but I've made this choice and I think it gives it a fantastic feature. It feels and sounds great. We've also improved the P1 on the Master Replicas one. We never see it. We never see the P1. This will be fully functional. It will light up. It will be able to do stun and kill independently of this unit by itself.
Now, is that from some deep dark archival original design that was never realized?
There was a piece in the original prop, and it was just floating around. It was just floating around inside, loose. It was just stuck in there. It didn't do anything, and nobody ever saw it because when we see it in the show, their hands are kind of covering it. But it was made.
That's amazing. I never knew that they had actually gone to the trouble to have a P1.
Greg Jean worked on the prop, and yeah, I believe there may have been some intention to, but you know, the canon.
Well, who was the moron director of Star Trek V that at least didn't show off the prop?
We don't know. Maybe they did, and maybe it's on a cutting room floor, or maybe it didn't need it. Because again, if this is supposed to be a big, aggressive weapon, why would you need? The P1 is meant to be for sort of covert missions.
Right.
There's nothing covert about this.
Nothing Star Trek. I was, of course, talking about Shatner was the director of 5, so I can't believe he didn't want to find some way to do some way to play with all the toys if they were sitting there.
I guess.
It's amazing.
So this will function.
They wound up with a few headaches on that thing.
Then you do the fun bit, the best part about this job. So we have the magazine, it reloads, and we all know that they had Trek relevant plates. Why 17? It's not accurate, it's not in the film. No, it isn't. It's my birthday. Sorry, guys.
Nope, that's Chef's choice.
That's an ego. The comments now. We hate it.
No, are you kidding? So yeah,
so that's the coming soon stuff.
Coming soon.
And there's more. We will be at Star Trek Mission Las Vegas in 10 days' time.
Yes.
And I may have a couple of extra beauties if I'm allowed to show them, but maybe not. We'll definitely have all of these things there.
Okay.
But we will have a nice big ship to show them.
And you won't have all this other stuff cluttering.
No, we will only be doing Star Trek.
Be Star Trek.
But we love all the other stuff.
Yes, of course. Of course, and we have the front. This is the side. You guys have. Is this all you? Is this the front? Yeah, all the front end. Wow. Okay, well, get my hand off there. All right, thanks for that. So Barry, it's great talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So we will look for you. We'll see you in Vegas again. But this is. So what's it been like? The Comic-Con, the whole Hall H thing going away. Between that and you're having all the franchises here, and then we're asking about Star Trek. What's been the experience? Or like, has it still been full? And how much is the turnout for Star Trek?
It's awesome. I mean, it's a great time to be a Star Trek fan again. You know, we've been out in the wilderness for a while.
Yes.
But the last couple of years, it's just gotten better and better and better and better. And here we are again as kind of the you know. We're on the dance card for high school prom. We haven't been left in the parking lot.
Well, as far as the new cutting edge we're talking, so Strange New, the Strange New Worlds phaser. Anything from like the Picard
yes,
series
I am
coming?
working on Picard things. We're working really, we had Terry Matlas on the booth yesterday and we had some great back and forth. Obviously because of what's going on in the business, there's some delays, but the willingness and the fact that we can talk to showrunners and the people who make these things is such an honor and a privilege, and they're just like us guys, they're fans.
Well, I was going to say, it helps when the showrunners have been fans that grew up with it. Yeah.
You don't have to explain. We stood here and they're getting genuinely excited. And it was really funny because they're getting excited about our props and we're fanboying over them, and it was just a general fanboy moment. But it's a great time to be a Trek fan, and the show is back. You know, last year, end of COVID, everyone was a bit, it kind of had the atmosphere of
The show as in Comic-Con.
Comic-Con previously had the atmosphere of a wake. It was kind of depressing and everyone was a little bit frightened. Look at it, everyone's back, they're busy. This reminds me of the mid-90s.
And it
I was
didn't
going
do
to say,
anything.
and then totally apart from all of that drama, the whole Hall Age with the strikes, and everybody here supported the strikes, but people who didn't know Comic-Con were saying, "Oh, well, Comic-Con will be on its last legs."
No,
you guys planning on doing
how many Tannoy announcements have you heard about people no running, line up?
When they're
None.
done, I can show you.
Everybody
That's almost
just being really nice to each other, and it's great. This is the way shows and conventions are supposed to be. So long may it last, please.
But of all your licenses here, the Star Trek interest is.
Oh yeah, Star Trek is strong. I mean, it's definitely a Star Trek show, and having those 3 big, beautiful ships over there, that really does help make a statement. Because there's so much to see at a show like this. Your eyes are dragged everywhere. And as beautiful as all these things are, it would be easy to miss these, but it's pretty difficult to miss.
And those aren't even all that you were telling me. Those aren't even all the 3. Those 3 ships aren't even all that you have.
No. We want to do more. We want to offer a complete line of ships.
But I mean, there's more here.
Not here. No. Oh, at the show.
At the show,
there
in the
is
greater.
There is a Strange New Worlds Enterprise model, also built by John Evelyn on the Paramount booth. So go over and see that one. That's fantastic, and I think that's the only one in existence because there were no. That was built by the production for the show, but in the show it's all digital. I don't think they use any physical evidence. And then there is like a little Titan up in the activation in the gas out. That's also built by John Evelyn.
Right. So there's actually 5
5
ships.
Star Trek ships.
And the 2 that are elsewhere.
Doesn't it class as a fleet?
It's a fleet. But aren't but all 5 of them are ones that you have now on commission.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Well, Barry, thank you so much, man. It was an awesome year, and you've got people wanting to get into these cases, so we'll let you
See you in Vegas.
We will see you in Vegas. All right, everybody. We will catch you later here on Trekland. Stay tuned.
Just like an old school mouse.
Leave that open.